Hello my friends and welcome to today's episode on Grainificent. In today's episode I will be showing you how to load and unload film from a KODAK Retinette. This one's the 1B, but it will be similar to other Retinette models, so enjoy the video. So here I got the Retinette and I got a test roll of film that I use. As you see, there's already. So to open up the KODAK Retinette, there's a little button down here. You just press on it, just like that. And you got the camera open. Now to put in the spool, you need to lift this lever over here. That goes to this little lever. You just pull that up and you insert the film cartridge upside down, just like that. You put it in there. And twisting it, you close it so it's locked in place. And then the film, you turn the pickup spool until you see here, as you see, it's white inside there. That's where the film goes, inside there. And one of the sprockets grabs onto this little hook that's below here. So you just pull the film out, load it into that white hole there, and make sure this plastic hook goes into one of the sprockets. And then with the lever underneath, you can load some and release the shutter and load some more. So as you see, that's how it's loading. When you're done, you close the camera. And up top here, this isn't anything important. You just set what kind of film you have. That's just for your information, either black and white or color, daylight or color tungsten balanced. Here inside we got our film counter, and the counter, we set this to the amount of frames that our camera has. After we do 1 or 2 test shots to get rid of the exposed end, we set the counter to 36 frames because on the Retinette the counter counts down the amount of frames you have left. So as you see, when I advance the shutter, it jumps 1 down and you take a photo, and again and advance down. And you need to keep an eye on this side. First, make sure that it's nice and tight, with your film is nice and tight inside. Don't get too hard on it, but if it doesn't want to go any further, don't force it. That lets you know that your film is tight inside the cartridge. Now when you advance the frame, you see it's moving as well. You know, thanks to that you are advancing your film. Because if you would be advancing your film and this wouldn't be moving, that could indicate a problem or loose film inside the cartridge if it was laying around for some time. So make sure this is nice and snug, because if you would unwind some film inside, as you see now, it doesn't turn, but the film is still advancing. It's just loose inside the cartridge. So always clockwise, tighten it up in there to the point that it doesn't want to advance anymore. And thanks to that, you are sure that your film is advancing. So when you got to the end of your roll and you don't have any more photos left, and it doesn't want to advance any further because it's already tight holding onto the cartridge, the way you rewind your film is using this button that's over here by the advance lever right there. You press that in, and you don't have to hold it in. As you see, the button stays in, and you can roll your film back into the cartridge. As you see, the button stays in all the time, so you're rolling the film into the cartridge. If you happen to press in your release button accidentally while shooting film and you still didn't rewind your any frames, so you know you won't make any double exposure, all you have to do is advance the film again and the button will come out. And you won't be able to rewind the film at that point. If you wound your shutter, then you pressed your button inside, then the first thing you have to do is release the shutter and then advance, and the button comes out. But if you want to take out your film, you just press this button, roll the film back into the cartridge, and you keep rewinding until you hear a click that the film released from the pickup spool. Just like that, we heard the click. As soon as you hear that, stop rewinding. Now we can open up the film back, and as we see, it just released. So at that point we pick up this lever and we take out our film. If you don't want to keep the film leader sticking out, you can roll it all the way in. I prefer to have them sticking out for self-development. It's always easier. And you close the door or load new film in. And we're done. So that, my friends, was how you load the KODAK Retinette 1B film camera. I will do another video explaining how to use the KODAK Retinette, how to set all the settings here on the lens, and how everything works. So if you would like to see that video as well, remember to subscribe. It helps me a lot. It shows me I make helpful and interesting content. Take care, my friends.